Good morning to you. Sam Rutherford is doing the news today. Holy mackerel, Sam. That was outstanding.
Well, thank you, sir.
Don't get cocky, kid. There's plenty of time to. Have I ever told you, Joan? Now, here's why I'm so excited today, is because Sam is in there, Mason's here running the audio console, and Joan gets to sit in here with me.
I get to be in the big studio and everything.
It's not big, but I mean,
it's like sitting at the big table at Thanksgiving with the adults. You know?
Hear what she said about you, Sam? She says you're not an adult.
I don't tend to act like one, so, I'd agree with that.
Anyway, so we've got Mason is producing, Sam is over there, Joan's in here. And I would say that Sam's first newscast was, what did I say to you, Mason, off the radio? I said, that was a banger.
Yeah.
It was a banger. Oh, you even know the word banger.
I do. I've been hanging out with Chris Hand. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was. Now, have I ever told you the story, though, about my very first newscast that I ever did?
Please regale us.
Yes.
I love this story.
It was many, many, many years ago, and I was kind of trying out. I was like you, Sam. I was a producer, and I wanted to do more on the air. My first newscast was also a banger. I shanked the second one so bad that I actually said S-H-beep-T on the air in the middle of the newscast. So, Sam, don't let that happen to you.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Because you do remain on quadruple secret probation.
Are we at least down to triple after this point?
At some point, sure.
Okay.
So anyway, Joan gets to
weekend.
Yes. Yeah. So Joan gets to sit in here with me, and because it does get lonely in here sometimes. I've often said that this is the loneliest seat in the building because you're in here all by yourself talking to half a dozen to a dozen people across Middle Tennessee,
at least
Kentucky, Northern Alabama, and all points in between. So now I get company today, which is very cool, and especially for a Friday.
A Friday.
All right, so now I want to play some audio. We have video if you want to watch us as well on YouTube, X997, WTN.com, Rumble as well, and Facebook. Also, we did manage a Daily Dan poll today as well, and this is something that Joan and I are going to talk about at 5:35. Are you willing to give the new Cracker Barrel a shot? So we'll talk about that at 5:35.
That's appalling.
Do you find that appalling, Sam?
Yes.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about that coming up at 5:35 right here on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7. But please, go take the Daily Dan poll. It does make me feel good when people participate. So let's get on with the radio broadcast. Listen to this.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
So here's what's crazy about this video and about this audio.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives
You know what this is,
Thank
Joan?
you so much for showing us
This is the protesters out there in Washington, D.C., and they're protesting the National Guard in Washington, D.C.
Which is insane.
Which is insane. Here's what's insane about that chant, is that in the last 2.5 years, 561 black people have been murdered in Washington, D.C.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
So my question is, okay, what about their lives? Did their lives not matter? The 561 black people that were murdered in Washington, D.C. in the last 2.5 years, do their lives not matter? This is so confusing to me.
Also,
I don't get it.
The lives of the unnamed numbers of people who were saved in the past 7 days with the National Guard being on duty in Washington, D.C. I mean, I think their lives pretty much mattered.
Absolutely. How many, if we could save just one life? Well, Donald Trump has saved a lot of lives, a lot of black lives, as a matter of fact. And so that's why I woke up to that, and I'm trying to figure out, the rationale or the reasoning behind some of the things that the left does, or some of these more than likely paid protesters. And it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But then again, as we have spoken about all week long, what's it been, a week and a half, 2 weeks now that the National Guard has been there?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been trying to figure out the rationale where we have, the Trump administration going in there. He's got the National Guard, and they're trying to get some peace in Washington, D.C. And yesterday, by the way, a lot of reaction, just very quickly, a lot of reaction to the monologue that I did yesterday about, Governor Lee and why the hell aren't we sending the National Guard to Memphis? If Black Lives Matter, send the National Guard, the Tennessee National Guard, to Memphis. And Nashville, too. That's fine as well.
And it doesn't require the federal government to jump in. This just requires Bill Lee to have spine, backbone.
You can say it, Joan. You can say testicular fortitude. It won't sound creepy coming from a woman.
Yeah.
It's just... All right, fine. Did you see Donald Trump yesterday on the streets of Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Oh, this was so much fun. Got some video, Sam. So this is the president. One of the things that I like about President Trump is that he is so incredibly spontaneous and off the cuff.
Yes, he is.
Now, that can be his greatest asset and his biggest weakness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because as a man who has spent the last 8 years editing audio and video of Donald Trump, the man, and I mean this with all love and respect and all that, the man can do a half-hour interview and you get maybe 4 minutes of new content. But whatever. That's one of the reasons why we love Donald Trump. He was out there. He spent time. He brought pizza to the National Guard.
Okay. Hello. It's a healthy, attractive-looking group of people.
Very funny.
Well, I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. We're going to do what you're doing with law enforcement, and very importantly also, we're going to physically do it. We're going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement, a lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti's all coming off real fast.
So a couple of things real quick. He talked about the incredible results of law enforcement. I want to get your take on the graffiti and all the crap there in Washington, D.C., because you worked there for so long. But since Trump ordered in the National Guard, crime is down big time. Robbery is down. This is what I saw last night on Fox News. Robbery is down 46%. Carjackings are down 83%. And violent crime is down 22%. So I know that and I heard Fox News, not Fox News, ABC News, certainly not Fox. ABC News, again, trying to say that, crime in Washington, D.C. really wasn't all that bad. We know that they have been manipulating the crime statistics. We've been talking about that. But coming up after the traffic, Donald Trump is going to talk about what exactly it is that he's doing to handle the graffiti and, the crumbling capital that is Washington, D.C. So we're going to hear what Trump has to say, hear what Joan has to say. Right now, though, it is time to check the roads on WTN.
Yeah, we still got that Old Shackle Island Road between West Main Street and Volunteer Drive is closed for railroad repairs today. Other than that, everything's still looking clear on your morning commute into Nashville this morning. Traffic every 10 minutes on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Listen, I don't care, Mason, that I'm a minute early.
You're messing with Sam.
I'm trying to keep Sam on his toes. You got to be ready for anything, Sam.
Because Dan can shank it at any moment.
Listen, you know what? If Sam screws up, it makes me look better.
Yeah, we have to be prepared normally when Dan messes up so that we can accomplish everything.
You know what I tried to get in my last contract? Nobody really knows this. I'm gonna be the first to report.
Oh.
In my last contract, I made the demand that everyone that I hire has to be shorter than me to make me look tall.
Yes.
Right?
Hey, Dan.
So I qualify.
And if there's ever any photos taken and there is somebody taller than me, then you've got to bend your knees again to make me look taller.
Sam's going to have to really, really bend some knees.
Hey, Dan, I was your last hire.
Yeah, I know. Well,
guess how tall I am.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
you were the
what,
last
6
hire.
foot?
Yeah.
I'm 6'2".
6'2"? All right. Well, again, that was
6'2" club. Let's go.
well, actually, to be technical, KGB was my last hire. I think, wasn't it?
Was he?
I don't remember. Anyway, whatever. Let's not get sidetracked.
Ah.
Anyway, so Donald Trump, he is hanging out with the National Guard. Do we know, did he actually do a ride-along with the National
Guard? He was
Guard?
supposed to.
That
was last night, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he actually do it? I don't know. But does this not remind you of McDonald's all over again? This is like so French fries.
It does. In fact, Mason, can you check out, or Joan, can somebody check out Truth Social? Did he actually do a ride-along with the National Guard? Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine a video of Donald Trump putting somebody in handcuffs?
Oh, that would be so awesome.
You would have to pick like the absolutely worst of the worst. And Trump, they throw him down on the pavement and then, okay, Mr. President, here's how you do it. And he puts him in handcuffs because, he did the fries perfectly at McDonald's.
Oh, it was perfect.
He absolutely handled the drive-through at McDonald's perfect. So you're laughing.
There's pictures of him in a SWAT uniform with a helmet on.
Oh, that's awesome.
That would mess up his hair, though, and I'm not so sure he'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see any.
Okay.
Everybody says he's going out on patrol.
So that was last night or
yesterday 7 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is what the president said about cleaning up Washington, D.C. Listen.
A lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti's all coming off real fast. It's going to come down real fast. We're working with Clark Construction. They're one of the big ones. They're the biggest here by far, actually. And we're going to be not so much building, it's cleaning and fixing and redoing and putting brand new surfaces down on your roads and streets. And when people come in from the airport all the way to the Capitol or the White House or any place else they're going to say, boy, this place is spotless. So we're doing that. Most importantly.
So that is Donald Trump. And again, he's talking about cleaning up the Capitol. How bad? And now I'm going to tell you, when I went to Washington, D.C. for the State of the Union, 2 years ago now, I think it was, but it was dirty. It was grimy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of gross.
When the cameras are going to the train station in D.C. and the whole world is seeing it now. Mm-hmm. They weren't showing you, and they haven't been showing you what it looked like before they did the cleanup. And
before and after?
They did the cleanup, yeah. It was a hot mess. It was a dangerous hot mess. And you didn't go near the front of Union Station because it was just so scary with all the people out there, the tents all over the place, people just hanging out. And
oh, yeah.
I mean,
that doesn't make you feel safe.
It doesn't.
Like, that does not make you feel safe.
And as far as the graffiti goes, D.C. has a whole lot of these overpasses, especially near the park, that these overpasses are old stone overpasses, and they're beautiful.
Yes.
They're beautiful. And unfortunately, trucks that are too tall end up driving under them all the time. That's another story. But those beautiful bridges had been so defaced by graffiti.
Yeah.
And they were ugly as sin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's talking about. President Trump is so interested in beautification and things being beautiful. And he ordered those things to be fixed. He ordered the lights in Rock Creek Park, which is the park that goes through all of D.C., because the lights were out in some places. He wants it lit. He wants it beautiful. He ordered all those things.
It's interesting, too, because you would think that this is the nation's capital, that Democrats would want it, at the very least, to look good.
Yes.
And it's like there's no pride. Let's not forget the Democrats are also okay with our urban centers also looking decayed and like crap, because we see that all over the country, including places like Memphis. There's places in Nashville that certainly need to be cleaned up as well. According to Pam Bondi, we have now made, I think this was last night, she posted this. We have now made a total of 630 arrests, seized 86 illegal guns in Washington, D.C. 53 arrests were made yesterday, 24 ICE arrests, 10 guns taken off the streets. She says our incredible U.S. Marshals even helped recover a missing child. Our mission to make D.C. safe again is not slowing down, she said on social media. In your travels in Washington, D.C., did you ever meet a woman named, I've interviewed her before when I do shows in D.C., Mary Catherine Ham?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know her?
haven't interviewed her, but yes, I know who she is.
So she was on Laura Ingram's show
Yes.
last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what she had to say about not only living and working in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C., but also the various examples of media coverage. This is Mary Catherine Ham. She's on Fox News.
All right, Mary Catherine, you had Vance and Hegseth and Stephen Miller at Union Station yesterday, and they've screamed at. But then you have Trump visiting the National Guard and other law enforcement and mixing it up with them, having a meal tonight. But he also wanted a firsthand sense of how things were going from them. What's your take about this visual and the Democrats' hysterical reaction to it?
And that's a great question, Laura Ingram. And listen closely to what she says about being in Washington, D.C. and the media.
I mean, I think this is Trump at his best. It's theatrical, it's relatable, it's funny, and he happens in this case to be standing next to a very effective policy. 0 murders is better than any murders. And in fact, in D.C., there are often many per week, right? So this is a good news story. And many people, normal people, look at the National Guard and are like, hey, if they're being effective and things are going well, I'm fine with this. Trump has the power to deploy them in Washington, D.C. He has power over that part of law enforcement and the military. So be it. And he can count on Democrats every single time spinning out and then looking like they are pro-crime or maybe being pro-crime or lifting up the very worst possible examples to make their heroes. He really has great luck in his opponents in this way. And it's interesting also to note, you saw a lot of clips from local news, which is different from the national mainstream media conversation because a lot of local business owners and local homeowners and local residents are like, this sure is nicer that we have a little bit more presence on the streets and it's making things more peaceful.
There you go, Mary Catherine Ham.
I follow Mike Benz. I don't know if you follow him on X. And this morning, he went out at 3 o'clock in the morning with his camera in Georgetown and just videotaped how quiet and lovely it is at 3 o'clock in the morning in Georgetown now.
No kidding.
Yep. It was beautiful. And you heard no sounds except for crickets.
No gunfire?
No gunfire. It
No
was beautiful.
sirens wailing at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Right. It was nice.
Well, and you know what? Trump, how long do you think this is going to last? Real quick, then we got to go to...
Well, it's only supposed to last for 30 days.
Right.
Legally.
Yeah.
But I think that he will extend it.
They want to extend it.
Yeah.
And they should extend it.
I think it requires Congress to do so.
Yeah, it does.
And I think they'll get that.
We're talking earlier about the local media coverage as opposed to the national media coverage of what is going on in Washington, D.C. This is an example of how the locals are covering what is going on in D.C. Oh, there we go.
Washington last week, that city's crime fight went into overdrive. And now we're seeing the impact and the dramatic reductions in crime. When the National Guard rolled into Washington last week, the locals seemed skeptical.
The crime is minimal here. There's not really a lot of crime here. It looks like window dressing to me.
But with the Guard on the ground, crime is on the decline. For the first time in a long time, D.C. has gone 7 days without a homicide.
There you go.
And that's not all. Carjackings are down 83%. Robberies are down 46%. Car thefts down 21%. And overall violent crime is down 22%.
When you have these kind of numbers going down, it basically says this is a success, and that means people feel safer.
Like many big cities, Washington's police department is critically short-staffed.
People who don't feel safe aren't free.
Sergeant Betsy Smith with the National Police Association says it is ripe for federal help.
More police generally equals less crime.
Hear that, Democrats? It's a very special Nashville's Morning News for a Friday. Sam Rutherford is doing a great job. I didn't even hear the last one, Joan. Did Sam shank his second newscast?
No, and I'm starting to get a little worried that he's so good that he might just take my place.
You know what?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't got to
Never.
worry because I don't want this producer position.
So
I'm sorry, Dan.
So Sam is doing the news, and Mason is producing. Joan is hanging out with me, kind of co-hosting today, and it's a lot of fun.
Ooh.
It's nice to not have to do anything.
I know. This is my life. I literally do nothing.
I know.
4 hours, I do absolutely nothing.
And you get paid so much.
I do. It's totally stress-free in here, and it's just all great.
Yeah.
All right, real quickly, I want to talk about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man. The barrel of cracks.
Well, they are lately. So there's a lot to unpack here. And first of all, let me give you the latest. Then I'm going to tell you why I stopped going to Cracker Barrel. Because I did.
Oh, really?
I stopped going to Cracker Barrel for a long time. So Robbie Starbuck, though, this is the latest.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie Starbuck has been posting on X that he's going to expose Cracker Barrel at some point today. But here's what he has posted so far. He says that the left has totally overtaken Cracker Barrel at the corporate level. The CEO, a woman by the name of Junie, is it Fels Marino?
I think Fels, yeah.
Fels Marino?
Massino,
is incredibly woke. And despite their stock plummeting in the last 5 years, last year, you know what their focus was? Sponsoring Nashville Pride.
Yes.
So you see all of these stories online about her and the LGBTQ alliance and all of that kind of stuff. So they have a CEO who does seem to be more focused on the wrong things. They've also sponsored, by the way, the HRC, which is the Human Rights Council. They are always attacking Republicans. They're really one of these activist groups. So they are very, very left of center at the corporate level. So Robbie posted another one, a guy by the name of Gilbert Davia. He's on the board. He has also led a DEI strategy firm since the year 2000. So it seems like they are incredibly woke at the top. And so I want to play this audio. Perhaps you've already heard it, but this is the CEO, Julie Fels Massino, and this is what she said on Good Morning America.
All right, I got to ask this question. I think I probably know the answer. What if all the customers are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurant and they want to go back to the old way? Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing.
I don't think that she has been online.
She's operating in a bubble.
She is operating in a bubble, or she's trying to convince people that the reaction has been overwhelmingly good. And it's like she's gaslighting us.
Here's another thing that she proposes. She wants to have people in middle-class neighborhoods pay higher menu prices than people in lower-class neighborhoods.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Where did you get that?
I'm seeing it online.
Oh,
now,
boy.
let's just say that I have not sourced this completely.
Okay.
But that's, that comes along with all of the other things. She said she wants to bring the front porch to Pride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't going to work.
Right. I mean, how many times have you, for me, sat down in a chair, the rocking chair, and played chess outside or checkers outside while you're waiting for your table? Like
that's right.
Ugh.
So
why would you change that?
Well, I've got an idea.
I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Well, Julie Massino, it's wonderful.
I don't think that they are. I think they are making, I will tell you, I believe they are making a terrible mistake. Now, here's why. And so we're going to watch Robbie Starbuck and see what he does this morning, or this afternoon, whenever he's going to post it. I think he said he's going to post it at some point this afternoon. So part of, I think, what's going on is that they have had a lot of problems over the last 5 years. Their stock has actually gone down quite a bit over the last 5 years, really since COVID. Because you know what they say is that they cater to older folks. A lot of older people died during COVID, and so their customers have gone down.
Customer base. So they added alcohol to the menu this year. Maybe it was last year. I don't know. They added alcohol.
It was alcohol. What is it you drink in the morning?
Mimosas.
Mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually pretty good.
Ah.
Yeah, but here's why I stopped going to Cracker Barrel.
Go ahead.
And by the way, go take the Daily Dan poll on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube and take the poll. Today's poll is, are you going to give the new Cracker Barrel a try? Now, Mason, what are people saying?
Right now, so I labeled the two options as I will try it out, and then nah, too woke. And we're at 79% on too woke right now.
Yeah.
I have a thought on that.
Go ahead, Sam.
They tilted the barrel over and removed the cracker. That's what they did with
The
the
cracker
logo.
being the old guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Just like Land O'Lakes with the butter. You know, they took the land and removed the Indian.
Yeah.
So they for the logo, they took away the old guy in the barrel.
Yep.
Which is dumb, but whatever.
Yeah, I was talking about it with Chris yesterday, and the logo now looks like just a bland, like the shape of it looks like a barrel almost. And that's the only reference to the old logo that there really is.
And also
and the
gone,
colors.
Also gone is all that nostalgia on the walls. Yeah. I'm here to tell you, the new Cracker Barrel, it looks like the inside of an IHOP.
Yes.
It really does.
Or the inside of a Denny's.
Anything.
Yeah, we called it Denny's yesterday on Chris's show. I took my dad there because he loves that restaurant. It's a big Father's Day or birthday like restaurant for him. And we went to the one in Mount Juliet. Hates it. All the stuff on the walls completely gone.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they don't throw it away.
I hope so too.
So do you want to hear the response from Steak and Shake?
Yes.
This is like so incredible. So obviously they see an opening here. So Steak and Shake had two incredible posts. One said, sometimes people want to change things just to put on their own personality. At Cracker Barrel, their goal is just to delete personality altogether. Hence the elimination of the old timer. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far, and the CEO wants to scrape it all away. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, American values. All are welcome, on and on and on. The next one they sent was there was somebody posted out a video of the Cracker Barrel and how it lost its heritage feeling and it lost its logo. And Steak and Shake replied, "Fire the CEO. Thank you for your attention to this matter."
Oh,
what a good clapback!
I love it.
Gotta love that.
Shots fired.
All right, I'm gonna play this video real quick. So this is a kind of a tongue-in-cheek look at this whole thing. So this is the black dude, and he's on social media, and I think this personifies how the left sees Cracker Barrel. Listen.
Saw this on the internet. Dude said he ate in a remodeled Cracker Barrel and he hated it. And I want to join in on the hate. If the Cracker Barrel don't look like the Jim Crow South, I can't eat there.
There you go.
You got to have the racism aesthetic. You got to have the rocking chairs and the hint of segregation in the air. If I don't feel like I'm on the set of Sinners, then how do I know I'm in a Cracker Barrel?
You know what's so funny? I've eaten a Cracker Barrel. I can't tell you how many times. I've never sensed or sniffed segregation.
No.
And all those kinds of
Not
things.
even racism. None of that stuff.
Not even racism. No, I don't know what this dude's talking about.
This is a gentrified Cracker Barrel. They done took all the character out of it. And I know the edges of the pancake ain't burnt. I got to feel like somebody wants to say, "Good morning, boy," when I go in, with respect.
That's so dumb. I have been to Cracker Barrel many times. One of the first restaurants I went to when I came to Tennessee was a Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a big-time customer for a long time. And never once did I hear that kind of language.
And no respect at all. I feel like they want me to work there, but they don't want to pay me ever. And I've got to live there. That's Cracker Barrel's thing. If you take that away, what is it? A Denny's, a IHOP? A place I don't want to be at.
So there you go.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
He is an idiot.
So
there's a similar take of I won't eat in a Waffle House unless the cook is bare-handing the hash browns onto the pan. People are stuck in their ways of how they enjoy certain things, especially when it comes to breakfast food, and they just totally shanked it. And do you see the picture of the CEO, Dan?
I mean, many.
The glasses are not a dead giveaway for this kind of a decision.
Oh, does she have dumb glasses?
Dumb glasses.
So somebody
have it
said
right
one
here.
time. Somebody said one
She's
time.
got the big black rim glasses. You know.
Somebody said one time on the super text line. And by the way, Mason, can you jump onto the super text line to make sure, and also the YouTube chat, make sure that we're getting people's comments in?
Oh, absolutely.
But
YouTube chat's going off right now.
So one of the things, stupid glasses, dumb glasses are a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Now, Joan's got great glasses. And I wore like little little, like John Lennon kind of glasses
Yeah.
for a long time. And they weren't stupid. So, and I miss them. But anyway, so moving right along. One of the things that I will tell you, though, that when I stopped going to Cracker Barrel was their service sucked. Their service sucked. I moved here in, was it 2015, 2014, something like that, like 11 and a half years ago. And so I went to Cracker Barrel, and it was one in Williamson County. Now I go to the one in Mount Juliet. And somewhere about 4 years ago, the service just fell off the table. It was just horrible.
Wow.
And every Sunday, my wife and her father and her uncle would all, and sometimes other folks, would go to Cracker Barrel. Every Sunday, we would order about $100 worth of food. And we finally, there came a moment, we walked out.
Wow.
The service was so bad and it was getting progressively worse. We just walked out.
Do you think it was just that restaurant and not an endemic or
Don't know.
The whole chain?
I don't know because
You stopped going.
I stopped going to Cracker Barrel. Then we went to IHOP, and then we just stopped having breakfast. But anyway, Cracker Barrel's stock has been going down for quite some time.
Yeah.
This is the reason for the change. According to Grok, yes, Cracker Barrel has faced challenges that prompted their recent changes to the restaurant's look and menu. The company has experienced declining guest counts for over a year, with CEO Julie Fells Messino noting in 2024 that the brand had lost some of its shine and was not as relevant as we once were. Factors contributing to this include insufficient marketing, strong competition, inflation impacting consumer spending, and a significant drop in their core demographic, customers age 65 and older, since the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, their stock fell 40% in 2024, and same-store sales growth has been minimal. Well, their stock yesterday, Joan, $90 million in losses in market value.
Oh.
In like one day.
So this is interesting because I'm looking at the Wall Street Journal right now. Their first story about how the changes at Cracker Barrel are happening was on May 1st. The headline is Cracker Barrel updates its menu decor, some miss its country charm. That was May 1st. So it's not that it has been happening, but the media has been focused on it. Finally, the big networks picked up on the story, and they wanted to make it seem like it's a grand, spectacular thing.
Right.
But now it also opened everyone else up to go, hey, wait a minute. That's not my Cracker Barrel.
Right. And, I can you look up how old that Julie Fells is? Julie Fells Massimo? Because here's the other thing, is that younger generations hate what the older generation stands for. And that is certainly true today. So they want to change it. They don't want to, the younger generation, they don't want to be like their parents. So this is what they do. And they ultimately end up destroying great brands in the process. And it's insanity. And I don't understand why they do it, but they do. And this younger generation, I don't think that they appreciate a brand that has been building for decades like Cracker Barrel has been.
She's 52.
She's 52. All right, well.
I mean,
she's not that much younger than me, but.
She shouldn't be messing in these things at that age. She should be more
She should know
mature.
better. Well, yeah, but look at her political bent. And look at the people on the board. Look at their political bents as well. So I don't know. To me, I don't know what they do here. I think they probably anticipated some of this blowback, and there is a lot of blowback. But for the last 5 years, they've been having problems at Cracker Barrel. But I don't think that this is the answer. I mean, completely destroying your brand is insanity. They are introducing 20 new items, including hash brown casserole shepherd's pie. I have no idea what that is. And butter pecan French toast bake and crispy tender dippers. Again, I have no idea what any of that is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to need you to stop.
Right.
Starve.
If I'm going to have a heart attack inside of a Cracker Barrel, though, I want the nostalgia up on the wall as I fade into the light.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a big warehouse somewhere in Tennessee.
Its headquarters is in Lebanon.
Yeah, and so somebody got to, I wish we had like a stunt boy on this.
Yeah,
like
wouldn't
a
that be
stunt
fun?
person.
Like a Johnny?
Yeah, we could like send him over to, Cracker Barrel. By the way, when they talk about when they talk about competition, like where I live in Mount Juliet, right?
Yeah.
So I moved to Mount Juliet, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Cracker Barrel was really almost it.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we have put in an IHOP. There's another place called Kiki's that just opened up, and another place too, who I can't remember the name, but there's 3 new places that have come in really in the last 5 years that are competing with Cracker Barrel. And then if I want to drive probably another 10 minutes, I'll go to First Watch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there has been a lot more competition these days as well. But again, taking away your brand and your nostalgia and really what made you unique and special was a big mistake for Cracker Barrel.
Huge.
What are people?
Please tell me they're not doing anything with the fireplaces. Do the fireplaces stay?
Well, that'd be a pretty big infrastructure issue.
Yeah.
Real quick, what are people saying on the super text line or the YouTube chat?
I got a lot of comments on the food. Hash brown shepherd's pie is pretty good. Before I was aware of them going woke, says Mike on the text line here.
That's not what their food is. Do.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading with my eyes.
It's Southern cuisine.
Oh, 4460 says, let's start a campaign, bring back Uncle Herschel for the sign.
Yeah.
He was a member of the original family that started Cracker Barrel.
So why would they, again,
like,
do you know what I think there is in society today, there is, because everything is so quick.
Yeah.
Everything is lightning fast on the socials. So they don't appreciate something that has been around forever. And they just think that they can change it, whether it is Bud Light, whether it is now Cracker Barrel as well. And so,
founded by this guy, Dan Evans, who was born in Smithville. He died in 2012 in Lebanon. And just like it was his whole life, it's his whole career was Cracker Barrel. And she's just ripped it apart.
She has.
He must be rolling over in his grave.